NBA is changing up the All-Star rules, Mike, and they might be guilty of a little bit of that. With the best of intentions,
now,
we understand.
It may, when you read it, sound more confusing than it really is. So I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to explain it in as layman terms as I can.
Oh, good luck.
So they'll play the first quarter, and when the first quarter ends, that's the end of a mini game. It's over. And the winner, then it deals with charities for each quarter. So there's a charity component. So if the East is up 30-25, that quarter's over, the East wins. Now we go to the second quarter. It's 0-0 again. They play another mini game in the second quarter for a charity. At the end of that quarter, we get a winner, and in the third quarter, it goes back to 0-0 again. Okay? Then they play another quarter. Winner of that, another charity, and then that's the end of that quarter. Then when you get to the fourth quarter, now it's not like they're not keeping score at all. They'll have those scores from the first, second, and third quarter. Now they'll add those up, and they'll go into the fourth quarter with that score, what the total score would have been had they been keeping score all along. The fourth quarter is untimed. The fourth quarter is about getting 2 points. And if were winning going into the fourth quarter, you need to honor Kobe Bryant 24 points to end the game. If you are down, say, 5 points, if you're the losing team and say you're down 5 points, you need to score 24 points plus the 5. So you would have to score 29 points, and then you win the game. So that's what they're doing in this case to honor Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
I have no idea how well you understood that, but that's what they're going to do this year.
It makes perfect sense. You play a normal basketball game until the fourth quarter. They just happen to take the winner from each separate quarter
right.
and award them money for charity, which
right.
is an awesome deal.
$100,000 for each quarter.
$100,000 for each quarter is an awesome deal for charity. Then you get to the fourth quarter, and this is where I'm with you. It is extremely well-intentioned, and we've been looking for, since Kobe Bryant's passing, all of these instances of 8s and 24s and 81s in their various form. To have this one here, I understand it. It feels a little forced in this spot because it creates a little bit of confusion. But ultimately, I think as people get closer to it, and I'm sure the broadcast team will do a great job of explaining it leading up to it, it basically creates a hard out there, but it's also like an untimed fourth quarter.
That's the crazy thing, right? It's untimed.
Well,
I mean, it's the first thing since baseball.
Here's I think what can be the most crazy thing. We know these all-star games end up to be high-scoring games.
Yeah.
So if you were the winning team going to the fourth quarter, you could end it. You know, the way they bang threes up there, I mean, you get to 24 points, game's over. It could be 7 minutes in for all we know.
Threes, yeah. Just hit
I
8
mean,
threes and you're
Well,
good.
we also know the end of these
did
games
some
are when
quick
a lot
math.
of these all-star games and various leagues tend to get going for it. I'm not sure the NBA All-Star Game's the same as like the NFL and the Pro Bowl, where they've got the financial incentive for the winning team, so much so that we see guys start to play defense a little bit more on that. And so all of a sudden that race to 24 could either be in the modern NBA, a quick bang, 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 we knock out 8 threes and we're done with it, or all right, all of a sudden we start really putting the cuffs on guys out there, and it gets a nice long fourth quarter, John.
So all of this, as you said, is done to find a way to honor Kobe Bryant. And for more on that, here's our NBA insider, Brian Windhorst, basically explaining what the NBA's intent was in all of this.
Adam Silver just believes that the All-Star Weekend is broken, and he's really trying to change it or even do away with it altogether. Eventually, he hopes to have the culmination of a mid-season tournament in this spot. But okay, we're not doing that this year. This year, they're trying to accomplish 2 things here. They're trying to get the players to shake off some of the apathy of the first 3 quarters of the game. We've historically seen this be a very boring game until the fourth quarter when they play. So by changing the rules, they're trying to get the players invested. The first sell, Kevin, is to the players. And then they're dealing with the young fan, which is dealing with an attention span issue. So they're trying to shorten, the things to play for, and they're adding the charity element to try to incentivize the players.
I get it. I mean, I have no problem on quote-unquote meaningless type of weekend because the game doesn't count to try some things, right? Yep. I mean, we see the Pro Bowl. Everybody rips on the Pro Bowl, rightfully so. It's not really a game, but they've kind of dressed up the other part of it.
They made it a fun week.
The skills challenge, that they've dressed it. You dress up where you can. And he's right. Windy is right. I mean, those first 3 quarters, I mean, it's just lob city. It's have a good time, and then because there is a money component, it gets a little more interesting in the fourth quarter. So they're putting something on the first few quarters. I have no problem when they try and tweak it.
And I understand it's different now in a load management era in the NBA where they get a little bit more like the NFL, but football is such an inherently violent game that expecting the Pro Bowl to meet that level in these guys' offseason is ridiculous. With the NBA, I think you can find creative ways to get it closer to the on-court product just because the physical toll isn't nearly as much. I understand we have information about it being more now, but it's still not nearly the same comp.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For highlights and analysis, check out the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, check out ESPN+.